Welcome inside Children's Arena, where we are all set to bring you Arena Lacrosse League action. I'm Scott Arnold alongside Blair Campbell. Two good teams battling at it. The Brampton Express are 4-0, sitting in first place, and the Oshawa Outlaws, with a record of 3-1, sitting in second. And here we go. Brampton awarded the ball off the faceoff. They'll take possession. Double teamed on the near boards. Now he's got some help as Gage Board, the captain, gets pinned up. Gets called for trapping the ball. And Oshawa back down the other way. Nolan dishes it off over to St. John, the leading scorer for the Outlaws. St. John averaging over 7 points a game this season as Luke Laskowitz rips a shot from the outside. Starting goalies for both sides, Cameron Dunkley for the Express, Jackson Brown for the Outlaws. Brampton looking to get their first shot on net. There's a quick stick opportunity. Big save by Jackson Brown as he's able to slide over.
That's one thing Brampton's going to have to do against this team, is they're going to have to get that pass, quick stick across the floor from the east-west position. Otherwise, they're going to be in trouble.
Rogers coming off a pick. He's looking for an opening. He gets trapped in the middle, and that ball gets knocked loose. Dunkerley looking for that long outlet pass. Nobody home in the corner. That just goes right back to the Outlaws.
This is a tough rink to do a long pass like that from the goaltender because it's such a low ceiling and you got no arc on it. It's got to be a flat pass.
It really is. The pipe's hanging down. Got to be careful on those long dishes. Oshawa working it around the outside, trying to get something going. Over to St. John. He circles out to the top, looking for a hole. Backhand pass back over to the side. Shoots and scores as Gilmore gets things going on a nice pass from St. John.
One thing about John St. John is he reads the floor very well. And he took it from his proper side to his wrong side, and he made a great over-the-shoulder pass right into the stick, and Gilmore just put a nice little bounce shot past Dunkerley, which you don't get very often from 40 feet out.
St. John leads the East in assists, and he just added to that stat line today with his 23rd assist of the season. Brampton will get awarded the ball off the face-off, looking to tie this one back up. Volkov over to Sutherland. Sunderland looking for some help, finds it off the bench. Drops it right back through. That one gets saved by Brown. Rebound scooped up by the Outlaws, trying to get out of their zone. Good press by the Express as Nolan gets that off the hop. Oshawa going for a change. Just 3-on-5 at the moment, waiting for two offensive guys out. Shoots and scores from the outside. A big rip as they were down a couple guys waiting for that line change. And a nice heavy outside shot.
Was that Howrick that let that go?
Yeah, he switched his numbers. He's wearing the number 12 today.
Yeah, and that's one I can guarantee you that Dunkerley would like to have back. That was just a short side shot from outside. Used the shoulder of the guy in front of him as a screen.
So quick 2-0 lead. Just over 2 minutes into this one. Oshawa with the ball off the face-off. Andrioli looking for some help. He finds Veltman. Over to Brenzel. He comes off the pick down the middle. Thinks about shooting. Dishes it off to the far side to Laskowitz. Laskowitz drives in with the pick. A moving pick called, giving the ball back to the Express. Looking to cut this lead in half. Cross center is Potsma. Over to Chullen. He comes off a pick, can't get through the middle. Good defense by Saint. There's an open shot, and that one just trickles across the goal line. As Brown just getting a piece of that one. They'll give the ball back to the Outlaws, looking to add to their lead.
Oshawa almost got caught there. They put a quick change in late, and the man didn't come off the bench, so Brampton was 5-on-4 there for a couple of seconds.
Oshawa working it around. It's Laskowitz once again. Circling through, and there's another shot. Trying to get his second of the night was Howrlock. Dunkerley makes the short outlet pass this time. Figured out the ceilings are low. You may not get that long pass here today. Brampton looking to get on the board. Coming from the outside, little bounce shot out of the stick of Menzies. That was no problem for Brown.
Or Menzies has got to look to the other side because another man sitting that had gone around behind the net and was sitting right on the other side of the crease.
St. John couldn't handle that pass, a little low. Express coming right back the other way. They got half their defensive unit out right now. They'll go to the bench, wait for the offense as McDonald slows things down on the offense. Sutherland relays it to the far side. And Oshawa with a line change. They didn't see one of the Outlaws players coming right off. Can they capitalize? As Veltman, his shot is stopped. And that'll be an over and back call. So after a great play by Oshawa to strip that ball, possession goes right back to Brampton.
Veltman did a great job getting the ball off the boards. Unfortunately, the pass to Nolan wasn't expecting it.
Sunderland gets it at the near side, comes off a little pick. Ball back out to the top, tries to drop it into board. Couldn't handle that one. Outlaws scoop it up.
I think that hit the net, and the goalie didn't even know it did.
McDonald, he's being pinched towards the boards. Trying to find a hole down the middle. Gilmore creates a little bit of space for him. Now McDonald will go for a change. Gilmore has the ball. Gilmore over to the far side. Little flip pass out to St. John. Sidearm shot, scores. John St. John from long distance, and it's a 3-0 Oshawa lead.
And once again, those shots from that 40 feet out, that's one that the goaltender's got to be coming out on to block that, send that angle down a little bit. And again, it's one he's going to want. Both of them have gone to the stick side short or low.
That's St. John's 7th goal of the season, 31st point. As he continues to lead this Outlaws squad. As we mentioned, averaging over 7 points a game this year. Little push off, ball will be awarded to the Outlaws. 3-0 lead, 5 minutes into this first quarter. Rogers trying to fight off Volkov. Volkov trying to push him back across the line. And now the ball's knocked free. Brampton with an opportunity. Quick line change, though, by the Outlaws. Breaks up any attempt. Now Chullen looks for some help off the bench. Campbell now trying to break free. He finds some help on the far side. And now the Outlaws. 2-on-2 opportunity. They decide to slow things down. Nothing going on the offense as St. John takes it. St. John, who had that last goal, he drives to the net, scores. 2 in a row for John St. John, and it's 4-0 Outlaws.
One of the things about John St. John is he has a very quick first step. And when he made that little head fake and half step to the inside, he was wide open going around the outside, and he just picked the top corner on Dunkerley. Brampton's got to stop this bleeding real quick.
4-0, 9:23 left to go in the first quarter. All Outlaws so far. No real opportunities yet for the Express. Good battle in the face-off dot. Ball gets awarded to the Express. And now it's knocked loose by McDonald. Potsman tries to come in. Everyone in now. And the Outlaws come out with it. It's Wallace. Wallace looking behind him for some help. Dishes it off to the far side. Looking for that pass to Nolan, but that goes off his stick into the corner. Van Scheppen now. He's being checked by McDonald. Gets over center. Double team now as Van Scheppen still with it. Trying to find a hole through the defenders. Now the ball gets knocked loose.
Brampton's got to break a habit real quick, because what they're doing is they're stepping over the over and back line, and then they're making the pass. They got to make that pass over rather than have to get the guy back over.
Oh, and what a save! That was the best opportunity so far for the Express. Jackson comes up big. The Outlaws will try to reward him at the other end. All the way behind the net is Brenzel. Flip pass out to Harlick. Drops it into St. John. Pass goes a little too far as he was getting checked at the time. St. John trying to get it out of the corner. Now he does. And the ball is picked up by Brampton. Looking to get on the board. So far it's been all Oshawa. Estrate. He finds a man off the bench. That's Campbell. Flip pass out to Chullen. Back to Estrate. Thinks about shooting. Goes far side. 8 to go on the shot clock. There's a heavy shot from the outside. No problem for Brown. Brown with a short outlet pass down the side. Up to Gilmore. Gilmore will slow things down, wait for the offense to set up. Dishes it off into the middle, and a crease violation. Nice opportunity by Josh Gilray on the move. 4-0 Oshawa leading Brampton with 7:23 left to go in the first quarter. Brampton all the way back into their own zone. Sunderland is second in team points this year, 7 goals, 18 assists in his first season in the Arena Lacrosse League. As Brampton looking to stop the bleeding, down by 4. Sunderland far side stays in play. The Oshawa bench thought it was going out. As Jeffroy, he's trying to get something going, dishes it off into the corner. 12 to go on the shot clock. As Menzies dishes it off, as Sunderland's shot goes wide, and that'll be an over and back. So again, Brampton unable to get anything going on the offense. Oshawa doing a great job in the defensive zone. Blaskowitz over to St. John. He has the last 2 goals in this game. To Brenzel. Tries to split the D. He gets knocked down. 3 guys on him. And he ends up just knocking it into the crease where it's picked up by Dunkerley. Nice pass to Bohm. Little 3-on-2 opportunity as Board couldn't handle that pass.
That's a pass you don't give it to the guy that's standing on the crease. You give it to the guy that's got the momentum going in.
Gilmore taking his time. Steps his way down the side. Finds a cutter down through the middle, and a great save by Dunkerley. Now Estrate, one-on-one opportunity. Runs out of real estate. Can't get his rebound back. Picked up by Ben McDonald.
That is not a good shot when you're 2-on-1 and you go to your wrong side and try to dunk it over the goalie's head. Not a good shot.
Still 4-0 Oshawa, 5:51 left to go as Oshawa with another opportunity right on the doorstep, but Dunkerley makes the save. 5 to go on the shot clock. Oshawa needs to get something on net, and they do. Not much doing. And back the other way comes Brampton. 2-on-2. Volkov there shoots and scores. As Gillies gets on the board for Brampton, and it's 4-1.
That's one thing Brampton's got to start doing offensively. They got to get their feet moving, get up the floor. That time they did, created a 2-on-1. Suck the guy to the ball carrier, dunk it over. Great shot on the net.
Jordan Gillis getting the first goal for Brampton. Again, good battle off the face-off. Referee letting this one go. Pops out. Picked up by the captain Board. And Estrot, not save. Once again by Jackson Brown. Oshawa looking to get that goal back. Veltman. Out to the top to Rogers. Steps into that one, fakes the shot. Down into the corner, pass intended for Harlock. Cuts to the net, looking for his second goal. And Dunkerley is able to stand him up and make the save. St. John with the rebound into the corner. Fresh 30 on the clock. St. John goes all the way to the far side to Laskowitz, who's just coming off the bench. Oshawa's stick is broken, so they're down 1 man on the offense for the moment. There's a little spin shot once again by Harlock. Brampton looking for their second goal. Medeiros out to Chullen. Chullen looking for some cutters. Goes far side. Jeffroy's all by himself. Nice overhand shot. No problem though on the save by Jackson. Back the other way comes McDonald. Into St. John. He has 2 goals already tonight, trying to fight his way through to the net. Good defensive play by Brampton as Volkov with the ball. Volkov made it look like he might take a backhand pass, decides to pull out. He'll go for a line change. Leaves the ball for Sunderland. Sunderland, he's all by himself. Circles out to the top, tries to use some traffic in front of Jackson. And the long pass goes right into the stick. And now Brampton with a little bit of momentum after that last goal. Postma drops it into the middle. Little sidearm shot coming out of the stick of Gage Board. Jackson with the save. 4-1 Oshawa with 3 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Veltman over to Harlock. He's getting double teamed, means somebody's open. Out to St. John at the top. Backhand pass to Gilmore. Gilmore loses that one. 3-on-1 back the other way. Boom. Uses a screen, but Jackson able to make the save. Van Scheppen with the rebound. He circles around. Heavy overhand shot. Jackson again with the save. Off his shoulder into the crowd, so that'll give the ball right back to Brampton. Fresh 30 on the clock. Campbell over to Chullen. He's got some room. Jackson once again with the save. Jackson Brown has been outstanding for the Outlaws so far. St. John goes far-sided over to Laskowitz. That sidearm shot goes wide. Laskowitz tries to keep it in, and that'll be an over and back call. Oshawa trying to hurry their defense onto the floor. And Brampton looking to cut this lead in half. Working it around the perimeter right now, trying to find an opening as Menzies. That pass goes a little over his stick. McDonald picks it up for the Outlaws. 2-on-2. McDonald elects to shoot, and that one went off the pad of Dunkerley, so that'll be a fresh 30 for Oshawa. St. John looking to set things up, dishes it right back into the corner to Rogers. Rogers managed to stay out of the crease, but can't get a shot on. 3-on-2, back the other way. There's a shot and another rebound, but Jackson Brown with 2 saves. Nearing the final minute of play in this first quarter, Oshawa hanging on to the 4-1 lead. St. John. Over to Gilmore. Gilmore goes far side as the Outlaws working it around the perimeter. Laskowitz. Gilmore with the goal as he scoops up the rebound, and it is 5-1 Outlaws.
Brampton right now is giving up far too many rebounds, far too many loose balls, and I got to give Oshawa their dues. They're doing a great job getting on the loose balls and taking possession of the loose balls. That's another goal right there. Loose ball, no way a guy 2 feet in front of your crease should be that wide open to pick up that loose ball.
No, Gilmore came out of nowhere to scoop that one up. 51 seconds left to go in the first quarter. 4-goal cushion for the Outlaws. And they've got the ball off the ensuing faceoff just momentarily as it gets knocked loose. Gillis, he's got the lone goal for Brampton. Looking for a cutter down the middle as Chullen's got some room. Jackson Brown once again with the save. Estrade, he's looking for that dunk goal from behind the net. No problem for Brown. Oshawa calling the goalie to the bench for this final possession. 10 to go on the game clock. Rogers. They had an extra guy out and the referees caught it. Goalie came out, 2 guys jumped out.
They had 7 guys up.
They did, and Oshawa's trying to argue that there's only 6, but they are not going to win that call. They sent 2 out for the goalie. A little bit of confusion on the bench.
That last play down the other end for Brampton, that's not a shot you try with 15 seconds to go on the game clock, and you've got a fresh 30. That's when you take it back out and set up. You don't try one of those little dunk shots with 27 seconds to go on the shot clock.
Oshawa still needs to send a guy into the box. That is why the buzzer is going right now. After that too many men penalty.
They've got to send their in-home in.
He might have went to the room already since we're so close to the break. Now we've got him.
They also might not have told him who the in-home is, too.
Just a couple seconds left. Brampton has to be quick. There's the shot. It goes off Brown into the crowd. And after the first quarter here at Children's Arena, the Oshawa Outlaws 5, the Brampton Express 1. Quarter about to get underway here. Arena Lacrosse League action. The Oshawa Outlaws with a 5-1 lead over the Brampton Express. I'm Scott Arnold alongside Blair Campbell. And still 1:55 left to go in the Oshawa penalty. Oshawa on the penalty kill this year is 61%. On the other side of things, 64% on the power play for Brampton. Trying to get some momentum their way to start the quarter, and they do, is Sunderland with the power play marker with a shot from the top.
One thing I will say about Brampton in the last few games, what they just did there on the power play is they had the ball moving quickly. And I've said it for years and years that what you want to do when you got a man advantage is that ball can't be in anybody's stick for more than about a second. And the reason for that is, A, you want to get the defense turning side to side, and you want to get the goalie going side to side so it creates openings for you for your shots. They did a good job of it right there.
Good way to start the quarter for them as they have the ball right off that ensuing faceoff. The 8th goal of the year for Sunderland. Now Board. Over to that far side to Sunderland, back out to Board. Sunderland tries to set a pick. No holes down the middle as Menzies unloads that shot, and it'll be an over and back call. Some fresh 30 on the clock for Oshawa. They lead the Outlaws 5-2 as a goal right off the whistle. Brampton did not look set on their defense, and that is the 6th goal of the game. That one going to Alex Simmons.
And at that situation, there's really no excuse for it. You know you've got an over and back. You know they're going to get the ball in your end. You can't keep your back to the mid floor so you can't see anybody coming down the middle. You've got to be able to pick that man up.
Oshawa takes advantage there and restores their 4-goal lead after that kind of a broken defensive play from Brampton. Oshawa with the ball. Looking for 2 in a row. Loose ball battle. St. John comes out with it. Alex Simmons leads the East in goals, and he just added to that total. It's his 15th goal of the season on what was Oshawa's 6th goal. Pass up to McDonald. Nick Webb all over him. McDonald gets knocked down, and Oshawa gets the ball back.
You can't try to make the long pass. You got to hit the short guy closest to you.
As Laskowitz almost trickles one in. Dunkerty got a piece of that one. It just rolled wide of the net. McDonald. He's been out there for a while. He'll head to the bench. As Sunderland moves it into the corner. He'll come in for the pick. Heavy shot from the outside by Potsma. That one goes just wide. Pass intended for Sunderland, and it goes right into the bench. Oshawa hustling back the other way. And it's too many men.
Oh, yeah, for sure. The guy was still at the red center line, and the offensive guy went out the front door.
So 2 penalties in this game, both of them. Too many men calls against the Outlaws. We saw a power play goal for the Express on the last man advantage. 6-2 Oshawa leading, 12:45 left to go. Andrioli will head to the box to serve the penalty. This is Brampton working it around the perimeter. This is how they got their last goal, as Sunderland ripped it from the top. Still passing around as Campbell steps in. That one goes just high and wide. All the way back down into the zone. Oshawa chasing down for it. Over and back call. This is how Oshawa got their last goal, as Brampton was still setting up on defense. This time they get everybody back. St. John, he'll take his time into the corner. Minute 30 left to kill on the penalty. 15 to go on the shot clock. St. John in no rush. Dishes it off into the middle. That one ends up in the stick of Dunkerley, who relays it up. Aki. He'll need to head to the bench. Leaves the ball for Dremitsky right before. Out to Campbell at the top. Campbell, he's got room. Tucks it down into the corner. 8 to go on the shot clock. It's Brampton still looking for a shot here. Campbell, he unloads. Jackson Brown gets a piece of that one. Fresh 30 on the clock for Brampton. Campbell walks his way out to the top. Moves it over to the far side to Sunderland. This is where he scored from last time. This time goes a little wide. All the way back down into the corner. Over and back once again. 30 seconds left to kill now in the Oshawa penalty. Hanging on to that 6-2 lead.
I don't think I've seen this many broken sticks in a year, never mind on about 2 shifts.
It's wild. As Laskowitz, he cuts to the net. Dunkerley stands him up, makes the save. And 3 Express come at him to make sure he doesn't get near their goaltender. 24 to work with on the power play. Horsley to Chullen. Out to Sunderland. Sunderland works it into the corner. That pass gets picked off. Brampton still with it. 6 to go now. On the man advantage, and they tuck one in with just 4 seconds left to go on the power play. Potsma at the side of the net.
Great work to get that rebound off the back boards. Campbell made a great suck to the goalie to bring him to him and dumped it across the guy in a crease and a quick stick into the net. Brampton's got to get, now all of a sudden, you know, they've got themselves to within 3 goals. Can they keep it going? I don't know. I guarantee Oshawa's going to have something to say about that.
2 power play goals now for Brampton. That last one coming out of the stick is Sam Potsma. Nice little quick stick at the side of the net. 6-3. Outlaws leading. 10:45 left to go in the first half. Brampton looking to use some of that momentum. His board shoots and scores. The captain rips a bomb from the outside, and we've got a ball game. It's 6-4 Outlaws.
And that's one of the things that Gage is good at. Gage has a nice outside shot, and if he gets the time and the space to let it go, he can usually pick the top corners.
He's got a heavy shot, and he showed it there. So Brampton with back-to-back goals, cutting this lead to 2. Big face-off win for Oshawa as they look to kill some of this momentum from Brampton. Double team, Andrioli gets through, drop shot, and Dunkerley with a big save. Keeping momentum with Brampton. Istrat into the captain Board, who had that last goal. He can shoot from anywhere. This time he dishes over to Laskowitz. They'll play some catch. Potsma drives through to the middle, out to Board. Board looking for some openings. Finds a man at the side, that's Menzies. Little quick shot, saved by Brown. Brown with the outlet pass to Nolan.
Good play by Menzies right there, but he wasn't quite low enough to the goal line for that quick stick from that spot.
Brampton turning it on in this second quarter. Simmons trying to restore some goals here for Oshawa. That shot goes wide. Medeiros hanging on as McDonald trying to push him over the line. McDonald really pressing here on the defense. Back the other way come the Outlaws. McDonald, who forced that turnover, he has the ball out to Simmons. That hits Van Scheppen in front, ends up in the corner. Battle ensues, Oshawa comes out with it. Simmons flips it out, a nice little pass, but a save by Dunkerley. Rebound shot, that one goes just wide. McDonald still on. He's had a long shift. He'll head to the bench now. Flip pass over to St. John. Oshawa still with 15 to play with on the shot clock. That one's saved by Dunkerley. Fresh 30 if they can get it. An interference possession call. Ball awarded to Brampton. 6-4 Oshawa leading. 8:30 left to go in the first half. Long outlet pass. No room on the wrong side of the floor, but still able to tuck that in with Sam Dredmitsky. And it is a one-goal game.
And that's not a shot that many times will beat the Oshawa goaltender, Brown, because that shot beat him on the short side from a guy on the wrong side of the floor. He was a left-hand shot, shooting from a right-hand shooter spot, and he beat him on the short side.
That's one Jackson Brown would like to have back, I'm sure. As Brampton continues their onslaught here in the second quarter. They've got the ball once again. Volkov, he steps into one. Fake shot, actually. It goes to Istrat into the corner to Potsma. Out to Board. Board moves it into that shooter position as Istrat gets his own rebound off the shot. Fresh 30. Who got the last one? Board with it now. And that'll go off into the crowd. Fresh 30 on the clock for Brampton. Looking to tie this one up. Down 6-5. As Potsma trying to get a shot off. Ends up in the stick of Menzies. Menzies now circling over. Looking for his second in a row with Sam Dredmitsky. Now Menzies with an outside shot. That hits Thompson on the leg in front. 30-second buzzer goes just as the Outlaws pick it up. And it is a 6-5 Oshawa lead with 7:12 left to go in the first half. Luke Laskowitz will start with the ball for the Outlaws. They have a one-goal lead right now on Brampton. There's a shot from Laskowitz right off the inside of the post. Good enough for a fresh 30. Laskowitz looks to that far side, dishes it off to St. John. St. John trying to set a pick right now. And there's that heavy outside shot from Gilmore. That goes wide, picked up by Laskowitz. No reset on the clock, so just half a 30 to work with if they can scoop it up. Now they do. Gilmore Dishes it behind the net as Laskowitz tries to tuck it in down low. Dunkerley makes that save. Brampton looking to tie this one up. Chullen. He'll move over to the far side, being watched closely by Wallace. Dishes it out to Van Scheppen. Over to Campbell. He steps into one. That goes off the stick of Veltman. Loose ball picked up by Board. He's being triple teamed. 30-second buzzer goes anyhow. Giving possession back to the Outlaws. Veltman. Into the corner to Rogers. Moves it to St. John. Out to the top to Gilray.
John St. John sees that floor so well from that far corner.
That is why he is the assist leader in the East. Can move the ball well as Brampton looking to tie it up. Shot, scores! A nice transition goal, and Sunderland picks up another one, and we are tied at 6.
I got to tell you something. That's right off the hop. Brampton's starting to get smart in their bench play, coming off the floor, on the floor. You got to come on off the floor and on the floor with a purpose. That situation, they got to the bench, got the 2-on-1 created. I'll tell you, though, this is the kind of game with these two teams I was expecting. Close game.
Yeah, first quarter was all Oshawa. Second quarter, all Brampton. Looking to get their first lead of the game and scores right off the face-off, seconds after tying this up. And Brampton, it takes their first lead. It's 7-6.
You sure can't fault Brown on this goal when it goes off the post, off the back of his leg, and in the net. There's nothing you can do about that.
Duncan Carty with the goal. Right off the face-off. And now Brampton wins another face-off. Fresh off that goal from Duncan Cart. Jeff Roy. That one gets saved. Fresh 30 on the clock. Nobody can scoop it up, though. Finally, Van Scheppen does. Over to Jeff Roy. Backhand pass down into the corner. Jeff Roy steps into that one. Nice save by Brown. Oshawa looking to get on the board. 5 unanswered goals for Brampton in this quarter. There's a sidearm shot. That goes right off the score clock. Hit Board, so Oshawa ball with a fresh 30. Laskowitz tries to rip it through. Oshawa just looking to get something on net at this point, as Simmons gets forced off into the corner. 4:20 left to go in the first half. Brampton now with a 7-6 lead. St. John looking for the 5-hole. Oshawa thinks it's in. Referee's right there.
It's in his equipment.
Caught up in the foot. Brampton looking for some more. Madoros. That pass goes off into the corner, picked up by Brown. And now Tompkinson. He'll run it all the way. Moves it over to Wallace. Trying to find Gilray. That hits a man. Laskowitz will scoop it up. He comes off a pick. Man right on him, so he's forced to dish it back into the corner. Far side over to Simmons. He's running out of real estate, tries to jump through, and Dunkerley stands him up. And now we have some rough stuff behind the play, as St. John is not looking for a scrap. Something at the side of the net as Michael Pongetti We'll see how the referees sort this out. We've seen 2 power plays in this game, both going to Brampton. And now we'll see Oshawa go to work on the man advantage. Coming at a big time after 5 unanswered goals from Brampton. Oshawa needs one here. Now, so a big power play for Oshawa with 3:30 left to go in the first half. Laskowitz will start with things at the top. Just waiting for one of the Brampton players to head to the bench. And now the power play has begun. Face masking, the official call. It's Oshawa working around the perimeter. Everyone getting a touch right now. Looking for that quick stick to Gilray at the corner. That one goes just wide. 10 to go on the shot clock. As Rogers rings one off the crossbar. That's good enough for a reset. St. John will come back on the floor for this power play. Again, Oshawa just working it around the perimeter. They've got lots of time to work with on this power play. Simmons, he steps into one, unloads a rocket. That one goes just wide. All the way back down, over and back call. Now Brampton on the penalty kill. Double teamed in the corner. As Wallace, he gets a stick up high. Brampton wanted a call. And now they will. So that'll even things up.
Well, he had him for a hold or a high stick, whichever way he wanted to call it, because the stick was right across his throat.
Yeah, no problem for the referee to make that one.
Nope.
You'd hear everyone on the Brampton bench calling for that penalty as well. Referee already had his arm up. So we'll see some 4-on-4 action for the next 2 minutes anyway. With 2:33 left to go in the first half. Potsma. Dramnitsky. Little side pass looking for Potsma at the side of the net. That one gets picked up by Oshawa. They're forced to slow things down. Want to get the power play unit out on offense. Only 14 to go on the shot clock, though, by the time they do get everybody out. As Gilray moves far side to Gilmore, down to St. John. He circles out to the top. St. John with a bit of a room. A nice stick check by Bohm. And now he'll take off. 3-on-1 for Brampton. There's a heavy shot from the outside. It's Jackson Brown makes the save. Long pass to Gilray. He's all alone. Gilray shoots, and what a save by Dunkerley. And the rebound does find the back of the net as Nick Andrioli scoops that one up. And we are tied at 7 with 1:33 left to go in the first half.
That is what you would call a very bad mistake. There's no way that if you're going to take that shot, you can't have 4 guys inside the 25-foot line. There's got to be at least 1 guy coming back. There's no way you end up with 2 on none. That should never happen.
Oshawa took advantage at the other end. Dunkerley made the initial save, but big rebound scooped up by Andrioli. Tied at 7 after 5 unanswered goals from Brampton. Oshawa gets one back. Still 4-on-4 for another 40 seconds. Oshawa looking for 2 in a row. Morgan flips it to Veltman. Veltman will head to the bench as Simmons, he gets checked by Cart. And an over and back call. Cart doesn't like that one. He wanted play to continue, but Simmons ends up with the penalty. So we'll see some 4-on-3 with Simmons in the box. The leading goal scorer in the East, so that's a big man to have in the penalty box at this time. Lots of floor space out there as Campbell moves it to that far side. Campbell back out at the top, fakes the shot, dishes it off to the shooter. It's right into that top corner as Brampton makes Oshawa pay on the power play. And that one is the hat-trick goal for Sunderland.
And once again, Brampton did a great job moving the ball. They got it down low to the crease, back out to the top. Campbell sold the shot on the net and dumped it right off to Van Sutherland. And I tell you, you can't get Zach Sunderland that much room to shoot a ball. He will make you pay.
And Brampton has been making Oshawa pay on the man advantage. That's their third power play goal of the 8 they've scored. 8-7, Brampton leading, 48 seconds left in the half. 15 to go in the Oshawa penalty, 2:18 to go in the 5-minute major to Brampton. So we'll see a little bit of power play time for 33 seconds once that first penalty expires. Referees.
Something's going on.
Yeah, they're calling somebody back into the penalty box. The wrong guy went out. They tried to get Alex Simmons, their leading goal scorer. You could hear Brampton bench saying, nice try.
Hey, good for them to notice it.
Yeah.
I didn't.
No, Brampton bench was all over that one. Brampton. It's Board. Board all alone on the near side. Moves it out to the top to Dremnitsky.
No.
Chullin sets a pick for Sunderland, and that one goes just wide of the net. And the penalty has expired, so Oshawa.
Timeout.
A timeout, so some 4-on-4 action.
Once again, right there, same thing happened. Brampton's taking a shot from 25 feet out. Nobody's coming back. They had a guy wide open over the over and back line. And Brampton got very lucky that they didn't get a fast break off of that. Very lucky.
And Oshawa able to call a timeout right now. So after the confusion at the penalty box there, Simmons going back in. It will be 4-on-4 to finish, not a power play. So once again, good eyes from the Brampton bench to catch that one. We'll see the goalie on the bench, so it will be 5-on-4 to end this one. The extra attacker will be out for Jackson Brown.
What I'm looking to see in this situation is I'm actually looking for them to get the ball low to St. John and watch John hit Latzkowicz from the other side, across the crease. That's what I think will probably happen. I've actually seen Latzkowicz, believe it or not, take shots purposely off the glass, and he's the only guy going towards the ball and picking up his own rebound.
Good players can do great things. And St. John will slow things down. They'll wait until about 6 seconds left on the clock before there's any movement. And now they'll start things. St. John cuts through to the middle. Laskowitz with the ball. Sidearm shot. That one goes just wide of the net. And that will do it for the first half as Brampton comes back. They were down 6-2 at the start of this quarter early on, and now they lead the Oshawa Outlaws 8-7. Out to get underway here at Children's Arena. I'm Scott Arnold alongside Blair Campbell, bringing you Arena Lacrosse League action. The Brampton Express having an 8-7 lead over the Outlaws right here from Oshawa. 4-on-4 for another 50 seconds. Lots of floor space out there. Brampton looking to make it 9 early on. There's a shot, no problem for Jackson Brown. McDonald looking down floor. He gets stripped. Great play by Sunderland. Sunderland showing that he can do it at both ends of the floor. Getting the ball back here for Brampton. He has 3 tonight. Into the middle, Sunderland looking for 4. That one doesn't make it through. Looked like it hit Nolan. Still 10 to go on the shot clock. Heavy outside shot from Campbell. That one trickles to the side. Brown will scoop that one up. And it'll be a brief power play for 25 seconds. Oshawa on the man advantage, looking to tie it up. Laskowitz looks behind him to see how much time's left. Now they'll just work it around the outside, looking for that perfect opportunity. Laskowitz cuts through to the middle, shoots and scores. With 5 seconds left on the power play, Luke Laskowitz ties this one up at 8.
I can't say I did not expect that one. I expected the play to go through John St. John and through Luke Laskowitz. And Laskowitz did a great job stepping into the middle after making the pass to the top on the left-hand shooter, stepping in, setting the pick, and then just rolling off the pick right down the slot.
It's tied at 8. Less than a minute and a half into this second half. Brampton gets the ball after that errant pass from the Outlaws. Getting the offense out. Now we're back to 5-on-5. Chullen with it. Over to the far side to Jeffroy. Looking for a hole down into the middle is Gillis. He circles out to the top. And we'll have a, looks like it was going to be a penalty, just calling for the reset though. No, the other ref put his arm up. So there will be a high stick once Brampton gets the ball back. Extra attacker out on the floor for Jackson Brown, the goaltender. Laskowitz. That shot hits a foot out front. Oshawa gets it right back. 4 to go on the shot clock as St. John rips one right into the logo of Dunkerley. And some more pushing and shoving after the whistle. You can hear the benches yelling nothing, trying to separate it. And it'll be an Oshawa power play.
These teams are too balanced or too smart. They know enough. They're disciplined enough. You don't get into the secondary stuff in this because all it's going to do is hurt your team.
You know, especially in a close game like this. Almost a battle of first place. Brampton's in first right now with a 4-0 record. Oshawa in second place with a 3-1 record. Gilmore works it down in the corner. St. John, quick stick. That one goes off the iron. Good enough for a reset. Another quick stick opportunity, and Dunkerley with the big save on Laskowitz. And the Express bench loves that. Simmons now. That goes off the stick aboard. Oshawa can't keep it in, but they will get the reset. Simmons. There's a shot from St. John. Dunkerley's coming up big.
Too long in a crease.
Oshawa gets that ball right back. Still a minute to play with on the man advantage. As Laskowitz. He had the last goal for the Outlaws. Quarterbacking things at the top. That pass goes a little over top of his stick.
Oshawa tried to invert that power play and quarterback it from behind the net. Unfortunately, the pass to Laskowitz just went over his stick.
And with 52 seconds left to kill, Brampton will have the ball deep in the Oshawa zone. Fresh 30 on the clock. Brampton looking to kill off a bit of this, but you know they'll go towards the net if they can find a hole. Campbell trying to flip it back, still has it. Sunderland cuts in, ball ends up in the stick of Postma. Postma circles out, tries to go short side, and that goes off Brown and into the crowd. Fresh 30 on the clock for Brampton.
Another broken stick.
It's unbelievable tonight. That's a 4th or 5th at least. 15 to go in the penalty, 20 to go on the shot clock. Tied up at 8. Postma looking for the 5-hole. Brown makes the save. Into the corner. Back to 5-on-5. Sunderland dishes it out to Chullen. Back over to Sunderland. He's going to use a screen. Can't get the shot off. Moves it back to Chullen. He gets mauled in front. Sunderland, he's looking for another one. Trying to go top corner. Brown makes the save. And Oshawa going for a line change, so St. John will take it deep into the corner. Out to the top to Simons. His overhand shot saved, and the rebound scored by Gilray. And Oshawa restores their lead. It's 9-8.
Once again, Brampton is guilty of not clearing that guy out of the front of the net. Having said that, Oshawa, great job. Take the shot. Gilray right in the spot where he's supposed to be, picked up the rebound and had a wide open net. Good offensive play by Gilray.
Josh Gilray picking up his first of the day. And it's a big one, restoring that lead for Oshawa.
Oshawa goal scored by number 14, Josh Gilray. Assist by number 19, John Simmons.
The big battle ensues in that face-off dot.
Gilray from Simmons.
Coming out with it is Brampton. All alone. The rest of his teammates pretty much gone for a line change. Doing a great job, though, keeping the play alive. As Gillis tries to feed it in the middle. Outlaws get a stick on that one. Eistrat's shot goes just wide. Here come the Outlaws. Nice flip pass, but Webb is met by a man coming right off the bench. Dunkerley looks down, makes the smart pass off to the side. Thought about dishing it down. And now Sunderland will bring it to the length of the floor. So looking for some help off the bench. Into the corner, back out to Sunderland. That shot. Brown gets a piece of it. Out to the top to Campbell. Fresh 30 on the clock for Brampton. Campbell all alone on that far side. Moves it back to Sunderland. Out to Chullen. Back into the middle, trying to find Postma. Sunderland ends up scooping it up off the boards. Tries to jump it over top of Brown. No over and back call. Dunkerley comes out of his net to play that one. Up to Chullen. The Express looking to tie this one back up. And a moving pick called on the near side. Gives the ball back to Oshawa. Quick transition for them as Nolan gets stood up by Dunkerley. Ball loose in the corner, picked up by Brampton. Van Scheppen will move it across center. He'll head to the bench. Flips the ball to Menzies. Menzies out to the top to Jeffroy. Just 8 to go on the shot clock. There's a heavy outside shot. Brown with the save. Brampton gets the ball back. Gillis. And referee saying there shouldn't have been a reset there, so 30-second shot clock violation, and McDonald will take off. Doesn't make it far. He's got 4 Express in front of him, so he dishes it to St. John. St. John off into the corner. Here's a heavy outside shot from Gilmore. And possession awarded back to Brampton. And the Oshawa Outlaws leading the Brampton Express 9-8 with 7:07 left to go in this third quarter. And it'll be an official's timeout. So play will continue. Oshawa with the ball. And it will be a penalty after those stick checks. They did find an illegal stick.
I think it was Van Scheppen. I think he's gone to the dressing room to get a new stick.
Definitely to Brampton. It's 2 minutes up on their side in the penalty box. Menzies will go serve that for now, or Medoris rather.
Here comes Van Scheppen back from the dressing room.
So an Oshawa power play. 7:07 left to go in the third quarter. Oshawa leading by 1. And now they'll switch. Referee's waiting for Van Scheppen to come back out. And his stick will be kept in the timekeeper's box till the end of the game. His other stick. And Oshawa looking to get back a 2-goal lead that they haven't had since early on in that second quarter. Looking for Simmons at the corner, can't find him, and here comes Brampton. A little interference at the back end will give the ball right back to Oshawa.
Gilray did a nice job of selling that one in front of the crease.
Still a minute and a half left to go on the power play.
This is a position I like John St. John in, down low on the power play, because he can feed that ball to anybody from down there.
Gilmore trying to find Simmons. That hits a body in front. Bohm will scoop it up. Up to Istrat. Lots of confusion from that Brampton bench. And now they'll get things going. Still 12 to go on the shot clock, and they get forced across the center line. It's McDonald doing a great job on defense. Tompkinson will bring it up, not too far though. He wants to head to the bench. And St. John will start off with things. Laskowitz will circle out to the top. St. John over the shooter position. Simmons, he cuts towards the net. He gets taken down. Back out to the top to Laskowitz. They need a shot. They get one. A hard enough shot that it knocks the glove right off of Dunkerley's hand. And a power play goal makes this one 10-8 Outlaws.
And that's one of the things that Luke Laskowitz can do so well. He is one of the best shooters in this league from that 30 to 35 foot area, and he can pick corners, and that's exactly what he did there. The actual offense got Dunkerley moving the wrong way, and he put it back into the back corner.
With only a couple seconds left on the shot clock too. So he had to be aware of the time and pick the corner. Now ball's loose off the faceoff, picked up by Brampton. Martin. He'll cross center with it. Over to Cart. Cart will go for a line change. Tosses the ball off to the far side. Jeffroy. Out to Chullen at the top. That shot saved. Fresh 30. If Brampton can get possession, they do. Sunderland. Circling out to the top. Tosses over to Chullen. He gets taken down. Big hit on the back end, and Oshawa comes back up the other way. Nolan to St. John. St. John waiting for the entire offensive unit to get out. Dishes it down low, and a nice save by Dunkerley. It's Brenzel looking for that bottom corner. Menzies. Over to Postma. Postma down low to the corner. Now he'll cut to the net, gets the pass. Bad angle shot, looking for that 5-hole. 10-8, Oshawa leading. Under 4 minutes left to go now in the third quarter. Rogers. Over to Simmons. He'll bring it down the far side boards. Out to Laskowitz. He can't handle that one. And now a loose ball battle just in front of the Oshawa bench. Oshawa gets it right back. Long pass down to Rogers, but the shot clock's about to expire. Rogers did not realize it. And possession will go right back to Brampton. Sunderland. He's got a hat trick tonight. He dishes it off to the far side, right back to Sunderland. Into the middle of the board. That hits a man in front. Jeff Roy picks it up. Being checked close by Veltman. Flips it out to Board. Board out to Campbell. Back into Board. Overhand shot saved by Brown. Dishes it up to Saint. Saint with the flip pass.
That's the best ball movement Brantford's had this quarter in the offensive zone.
As Gilmore, one hand on his stick. Try to get it out to the top. St. John gets it right at the line, but he gets knocked over. And a bit of interference from Oshawa.
For sure,
and that will cost them. Frenzarell saw Cart coming in for that loose ball, and he decided to run some interference, and that cost him 2 minutes.
He just made sure he got a piece of the ball, and the player, you know, you got a 50% chance of getting away with it.
That time it cost him. Brampton already has 3 power play goals tonight. They trail by 2. And Campbell, his shot goes off the iron. And a foot race ensues. Campbell and McDonald. McDonald gets that one. Dunkerley swats it out. Great stick check by the goaltender. Coming out to play that one. Sunderland. Trying to find Jamitsky on the far side. Postman ends up coming in, picking up just momentarily as McDonald gets it back for the Outlaws. McDonald, heavy shot, little bouncer. Dunkerley makes that save. Moves it up to Bohm. Flips it to Sunderland. Just over a minute left on the man advantage. 1:45 left to go in the third quarter. Outlaws up 10-8. Sunderland, he sneaks in. Runs out of room. Back out to the top to Campbell, and what a save by Jackson Brown. Wow. Closes the door with a stick, but Brampton still with it as Sunderland trying to go short side. Sounded like it hit a piece of the iron. Andrioli hustling down the other way. Dunkerley comes out to play it. Ball still loose. Brampton able to scoop it up. 30 seconds left to go on the power play. Jeffroy trying to get that shot off. Looks like it might have hit Brown. Referee says no. And Andrioli scoops it up for the Outlaws. Up to Veltman. Pass a little too high. Goes off one of the stanchions on the glass. A lucky bounce for the Outlaws. Now the ball's knocked loose by Bohm. Oshawa scoops it up again. 2-on-1. Now there's a third express coming in. Now the ball gets knocked loose as it comes out of Simmons' stick. Good effort by him, though. And that'll kill off the penalty. Back to 5-on-5. 30 seconds left to go in the third quarter. And that is the 30-second shot clock that you hear.
I think we got one referee calling it over and back, and the other two both signaled that it was off of a Brampton player.
It was close. We were both right here to see it. But Brampton with the ball. That pass goes a little wide. Nick Webb scoops it up. He's all alone. Webb puts it into the open cage as Brampton had the goalie on the bench for the extra attacker, thinking it would be their last possession. 18.2 left to go in the third quarter, and Oshawa takes an 11-8 lead.
That was a complete mental mistake on the part of Ryan Campbell because he just let the ball go. Don't know whether he didn't know the goalie was out, whatever. You can't quit on that ball. You got to go after it. That's what caused that goal right there.
Both teams making their way back out to center. It's a little bit of a run right now for Oshawa. They have the last 4 goals. Nearing the end of this third quarter. One last possession for Brampton. As Volkov, he rips one in right off the face-off. 10.8 seconds left to go in the third quarter, and Brampton ends the Oshawa run. They trail 11-9.
And that's where you can tell how important face-offs are in this game. You control that face-off, they got the fast break, and Volkov went right down Broadway, and there's no other way to put that.
That was a big goal to kill some of that Oshawa momentum. Under 10 seconds left to go in this third quarter. Nolan with the ball for the Outlaws. They're going to run out of time here, and that will do it for the third quarter of play as the Outlaws take an 11-9 lead over the Brampton Express into the break. We are all set for the fourth quarter here at Children's Arena. Arena Lacrosse League action with the Oshawa Outlaws leading the Brampton Express 11-9. I'm Scott Arnold alongside Blair Campbell. That last quarter was all Oshawa. Brampton getting a late goal, but it was 4 unanswered goals to start that quarter for the Outlaws. It's been back and forth each quarter. First quarter, Oshawa had a 5-1 lead. Then Brampton outscoring Oshawa 7-2 in the second quarter. And then 4-1 Oshawa in that third quarter. So we'll see if that pattern continues in the fourth. If it does, this is Brampton's quarter. John St. John, who has 6 points tonight. He'll circle around. Looking for the hat-trick goal. Ball gets knocked loose. Behind the Brampton net. Picked up by Van Scheppen, who moves it up to Board. Board has a man off the bench. Oshawa goes to that man and leaving him with a clear shot, but Jackson Brown makes the save. Up to Webb. Webb will stay on for a little bit, moves it over to Rogers, down to St. John. Circling out, looking for that open lane, gets a shot off. That goes just wide of the net. Scooped up by Rogers. Behind the net to St. John, out to Laskowitz. One-hand shot. Can't get by Dunkerley, and now we've got some pushing and shoving behind the play. Little bit of rough stuff. As once again, Michael Pongetti showing his frustrations for Brampton. We saw him get a 5-minute major for face mask earlier on in this game. We'll see what the call is this time around. Both guys going to the penalty box though, so be 4-on-4. But for how long?
Well, if it's his second 5-minute, he should be gone from the game.
That's what we're just waiting for the referees to discuss.
Yes,
and he does get 5, yeah. Referee's just letting the captains know right now. And now he'll get his gear and head to the dressing room. So we'll be 4-on-4 for the first 2 minutes, though, it looks like. 5 up on the board, 2 up for Oshawa. And then after that first 2 minutes is up, they will have a 3-minute power play to work with.
Well, unless I'm mistaken, Brampton had possession of the ball after the penalties, when the penalties were called. So it's even up. I don't understand this one.
It's 11-9 Oshawa leading. Looking for another one. 4-on-4 action on the floor. St. John trying to spin 3. Now he gets free, dives through. That's shot, saved by Dunkerley. Doesn't hit him though, so no reset. 5 seconds to go on the shot clock. Oshawa has to get something on net, and they can't, so it'll be a 30-second violation. And it's going to be a 2-minute unsportsmanlike for not setting the ball down.
Yep. Well, that's exactly what it's like. He's got to put it down right there, not roll it anywhere away from anybody. It's got to be
Now we'll see some 4-on-3. Not a great penalty for Oshawa to take at any time, but especially right now. They've got a 2-goal lead. Brampton looking to make it a 1-goal. Campbell over to the far side. And that'll go wide off the mesh, giving the ball right back to Oshawa. Tompkinson trying to spin past his man. He does. He's met by another defender. Being checked hard right up against the boards is Tompkinson. Martin right in there doing a great job on defense. Tompkinson holds it in his stick up in the air saying, I've still got it and I'm still moving. And now a third defender comes in. They finally get the ball. And Brampton will go to work on the 4-on-3 power play. Down by 2. Lots of floor space out there right now. Dramitsky over to the far side, and it's going to be a crease violation, so Brampton thought they had scored. And Oshawa will take the ball right back down the other way. 20 seconds left to go in the first Oshawa penalty. Then we'll see some 4-on-4 action. As St. John looking for an opening. He's met by another defender, and that shot goes off of Dunkerley and into the crowd. So possession right back to Oshawa. 6 seconds left now in the first penalty. So Oshawa just hanging on to things, waiting for it to get back to 4-on-4. And now we're all even just for another 30 seconds. Then we'll see an Oshawa power play. As Simmons, little spin shot, looking for that near side corner. Dunkerley stops that one. 4-on-4 for another 10 seconds. Horsley finds Pottsma off the bench. Pottsma will cut down through to the middle. Now he comes back, sets a little pick. As Sunderland looking behind him. He knows a man's coming out of the box. Oshawa on the power play now. And they'll have a good chunk of it. Still 2:15 left to go on that 5-minute major. Oshawa hanging on to that 2-goal cushion. Laskowitz playing some catch with St. John. Moves it over to Simmons now. Laskowitz cuts through to the middle. Simmons out to the top. Little quick stick opportunity at the corner. And the Outlaws with a power play marker. Josh Gilray gets his second.
This is a play. It was a set play. And you could see why it was a set play. They got the ball to the right-hand side, left-hand shooters, dumped it low, got it back up high. And I believe it was John St. John sold the shot. When you wind up for that shot from that 25-foot line, that goaltender has to make a step out to play the ball, play the shot, and left the man right in the crease wide open.
Nice power play goal, and they still have 1:45 left to work with as it was a 5-minute major. So Oshawa going back to work on the offense. 10:15 left to go in regulation time. St. John still with the ball after faking that flip pass to Laskowitz. Now Laskowitz has it, rips a shot, gets his own rebound off the end boards. And now Laskowitz gets it right back. Tries to tuck it into the top corner. And Oshawa again with the loose ball. Gilray, who just had that last goal to make this a 12-9 game, moves it out to Simmons. Laskowitz over to St. John. Into Simmons, looking for the top corner. Dunkerley makes the save. Simmons with that rebound and a nice spin attempt. And here comes Board the other way. It's 1-on-2 though. As Board finds a man right off the bench, trying to flip it to Postma. Postma takes a little bit of a whack, and Nick Webb will bring it up for Oshawa. 30 seconds left to go in the penalty. One last offensive opportunity on the man advantage for the Outlaws. Laskowitz at the top. Working it around the perimeter. Everyone getting a touch right now. Simmons cuts towards 5-hole, scores. Alex Simmons with another power play goal for the Outlaws, and it's 13-9.
Was that Simmons or Andioli that got that? I think you're right, it was Simmons. But Oshawa's doing a great job on the odd man of moving the ball, getting the ball moving, getting the defense moving, and going to the creases. When I say creases, I mean the seams on the box. And they're just... Brampton's got to stay out of the penalty box if they want to have any chance to get back in this game.
Back to 5-on-5 now after a couple power play goals. Veltman with the ball.
Great work by Nolan on that loose ball there.
St. John moves it over to the near side as White into the corner. 30-second buzzer will go. And Brampton, they need to get a goal here. Swing some momentum back their way. Brampton undefeated so far on the year with a 4-0 record. Oshawa looking to put a blemish on it today. Menzies swings around a pick, dishes it off to the far side. As Sunderland, he's looking for a hole. That goes high and wide. Jeff Roy can't scoop it up. Outlaws back the other way. Oshawa getting the offense out. White will head to the bench himself. Over to St. John. St. John down into the corner to Gilray. He's trying to find Rogers on the far side. That hits a body in front. 7:20 left to go now in regulation. Oshawa leading 13-9. Here's a chance. And Brown makes a save. Big rebound. Gilray back up the other way. Makes a nice dish to Simmons off the bench, and that one almost trickles past the line. Dunkerley sees it at the last second. And he'll feed it up to Board. Board moves it into Postma. Swinging around to the near side to Dremnitsky. He's got a hole down the middle. That shot saved by Brown. Still loose. And now Brown. He'll trap it, flip it out. Grandel. He's towing that line at center. Now Oshawa looking to add to their lead. They're up by 4. As Simmons into the corner to St. John. Fakes the pass, spins out, tries to get a shot off. That hits a body in front. Scooped up by Dunkerley. Brampton running out of time. Just over 6 minutes left to go. And it'll be an official timeout with the Outlaws leading the Express 13-9. Starting with the ball, they trail the Outlaws 13-9, 6:01 left to go in regulation. Sunderland dishes it off, cuts through the middle. Dramkowski trying to get that one. That goes off a man in front. Here comes Veltman the other way. Veltman leaves the ball for Simmons. He has 8 points tonight. Taken down hard in the middle as Simmons gets the ball. Dunkerley with a couple big saves into the corner to Laskowitz. Still battling for it. Lots of time left to go on the shot clock. Still over 20. Heavy outside shot. That goes off Dunkerley, so that'll be a fresh 30 on the clock for Oshawa. John St. John. He has a 6-point night. Simmons on the run. A little bit of a jump shot. Again, hits Dunkerley before going off into the crowd. It's another fresh 30 on the clock. St. John being checked hard into the corner by Thomas McDonald. St. John with a flip pass out to the top as Rogers can't find an opening. Rebound scooped up by Simmons. He almost gets another one. Back the other way comes Brampton. 2-on-1 opportunity. Pass a little low as Nolan comes in, and the ball goes off into the bench. Oshawa possession. McDonald over to Andrioli. Both of them will head to the bench. And Gilray will have the ball at the near side. Coach is telling him to bring it back. They just want to kill some time at this point. Gilray finally being forced. Brings it in, 2 to go on the shot clock as Gilray runs out of time, and he gets hauled down right in front of the net. Just over 4 minutes left to go now. 4-goal cushion for the Outlaws. Looking to hand Brampton their first loss of the season. Board over to Postma. Back over to Board. Board thought about shooting, dishes it off, and now we're going to see an Oshawa penalty as Jeffroy's helmet got knocked off. And I believe it'll be Veltman heading off to the box. No, it'll be McDonald. So a power play here for Brampton. It's now or never. 3 power play goals already for Brampton. This one will be huge. 13-9 they trail.
They better score in this power play if they want to get themselves back into this game. And have on the other side of that, if Oshawa can hold them off, guess what? They've done their job.
Working it around the outside is Brampton. Sutherland with it at the top. Trying to create a hole down to the middle as Sutherland backs up Wallace. Another penalty. Brampton with a little jump shot. Better off giving Oshawa the ball anyway at this point so they can get a 5-on-3 earlier.
Yeah, that's one of those situations I would have been tempted to just give them the ball.
So 5-on-3 with 3:16 left to go. Brampton trailing by 4. Lots of time to work with on the man advantage, but the clock not working in their favor right now as we near the 3-minute mark. There's a goal right from the side of the crease. Dramitsky gets another one.
And once again, the reason the power play works is they keep the ball moving. It's not in anybody's stick for 2 or 3 seconds standing there taking fakes. You get that ball moving, you're going to beat the defense every time. And anytime you can do that and get the guy down low with a quick stick, that time he faked the quick stick and Brown went down, had the top corner.
So 13-10, just over 3 minutes left to go in regulation. 1:45 left to go on the 5-on-4 man advantage. Campbell. He'll hang on to it at the top. Over to Menzies, back to Campbell. Makes his way down towards the crease. Dishes it far side over to Sunderland. Back out to Menzies. 8 left on the shot clock. Menzies now, he steps into one, and we'll have another Oshawa penalty. Holding this time around, so another 5-on-3.
Nope, this one's going to Brampton.
Oh, it is. Chulin on the offensive side.
Oh, that's a big mental mistake. In a game you're down 3 goals and you've got a power play, no, that's a big mental mistake.
So that wipes out the power play, and we will see some 4-on-4. Oshawa with the ball. They lead 13-10. 2:30 left to go in regulation. Simmons down to Laskowitz. Laskowitz circling out to the top. Moves it over to Simmons. Laskowitz sets a pick for him. Simmons can't get through. Cuts the other way towards the net. Little bit of a backhander. And now Brampton back the other way. 2-on-2. They'll slow things down. Wait for the offense to get out. And Dunkerley gets called to the bench. So it'll be 5-on-4. Dremnitsky. Out to Board. Heavy shot by Sunderland. That's saved by Brown, but it gets the reset. Postma with the ball. Back out to Board. Quick stick opportunity, but Brown closes the door once again. 1:40 left to go now in regulation. 20 seconds left to go in the Oshawa penalty, and then they'll go to work on the power play, but ball gets given away and right back to Brampton as Dunkerley will head back to the bench for the extra attacker.
That's when Tompkinson would love to have that pass back. Whacks himself in the head going, dum-dum, what'd you do that for?
You could hear it all the way up here. He was frustrated. As Dremnitsky out to Board at the top. He unloads a bomb. Brown makes the save. And now it'll be an Oshawa power play. Dunkerley needs to make it back into the net, but Oshawa's in no rush right now. And we'll see an Oshawa timeout. 13-10, Outlaws leading the Express.
Why would you call a timeout when you've got a situation where the goaltender's having a hard time getting back to the net? He's still 60, 70 feet from the net, and they're calling timeout.
Yeah, Dunkerley trying to run back in. I mean, he was going as fast as he could.
Let's send the oxygen down to the net right now. He's been back and forth like 4 times right now.
Oshawa looking to hand Brampton their first loss of the season. If they do, both teams will leave this game with 4-1 records. Battle of the 2 best teams in the East right now, and it hasn't disappointed. 1:12 left to go in regulation. Oshawa will have the ball. Brampton still in the penalty box for 34 more seconds.
And now we got the goaltender out the other way. I guess Oshawa's looking to seal this game right here, right now.
Looking for some insurance and an over and back. And an empty net to shoot on for Brampton. And Eistrat's able to knock it into that empty net. A big mistake for the Outlaws. A shorthanded goal for Brampton. And we've got a 2-goal game. 13-11, Outlaws leading with 1:07 left to go in regulation. That was a tough one for Oshawa.
Brampton can get the next goal. That's going to make this last minute real interesting.
And here they come, Volkov. Dunkerley being called to the bench. This will just make it 5-on-5, though, as there's still 16 seconds left in the Brampton penalty. Dunkerley doesn't even come off, though. Brampton will get the resets, and now Dunkerley heads to the bench. Shot from Campbell. Saved by Brown. Empty net the other way. Andrioli. Dunkerley trying to make his way back into the net. Good defensive play by Volkov. And Dunkerley slides back in for the shoulder save. Under 30 seconds left to go now. St. John with the ball. All the way back out towards the bench.
How about a trot back to the net?
And now Tompkinson. Time running out now as Tompkinson stands up his man. 7 seconds left to go. One last opportunity for Brampton, and that will do it for us here as the Oshawa Outlaws hand the Brampton Express their first loss of the season. And now both these teams sitting with 4-1 records after that 13-11 win from the Outlaws.
And I think the fans that are in the stands today got treated to quite a game. It went both ways. It could have gone either way. I got to give kudos to Oshawa. They 100% played a smarter game than what Brampton did. And that first four minutes of the first quarter actually really killed them.
It was an exciting game for sure. Fans will leave happy. And that'll do it for us here at the Children's Arena as the Outlaws squeak out a 13-11 win over the Express. I'm Scott Arnold alongside Blair Campbell. Thanks for watching the Arena Lacrosse League.